What's up, folks? Man Amzn here, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to do some clamping on our mouse Y for our lookup script, which is our camera rotation Y. In this video, I'm going to kind of switch up the way I relay information to you guys. It's going to be a first test. It's going to be rough around the edges probably, but I'm looking for you guys' feedback and if you like it and you know what I can do to improve and tweak it to make it still fast for you guys, but also allow me to get videos out in a faster manner, less editing. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, and another thing, you guys will see pickup there. It's because I'm actually re-recording this video after I recorded 2 more videos. So yeah, it's kind of going back in time. All right, so there's a little bit of a trick to the rotation in Lumberyard at the moment. We will go over that once we get to it. So if you have anything under your FP controller, which you should have a camera, I believe, I delete that. We're going to construct it a little bit differently. I'm just going to go over with you guys what I did and show you what you should be adding to get where I am now. All right, so under your FP controller, we want to create another entity and call it camera swivel. Once you do that, you want to turn the camera 180 degrees on its x-axis. And then we're going to take the camera rotation Y and camera rotation X and put it on this entity. So you should have your rotation X on the camera entity. Take it off of there and put it on this new entity that we call camera swivel. Now once you have that, create another entity and we're going to call that one camera. And that one is going to hold our camera component. So there should be no scripts on the camera component pertaining to rotation. Also remember, when you switch over your camera rotation X, to make sure that your target is still the FP controller, which is rotating the whole body of the character. Okay? So these are the 2 changes you need to make. And when you're here, we want to open up the camera rotation Y. And it's a very simple script. This is all it is. Most of it you guys should have, like this portion here. You guys should have this portion here. So we have our input for mouse Y. We have a variable that we created called camera Y speed. And we're going to multiply the value of the input by the camera speed variable, and we're going to rotate around local X. So next we're going to take our on-graph start, and we're going to add another node called get local rotation. And we're going to plug in the rotation X out and the out of the graph start into the same end of that node. This gives us the starting rotation when we hit play, or basically starting rotation of the character before we do anything else. And then we're going to create 2 more variables, which is our clamp max and our clamp min. Once you create those, make sure you drag them out and get them. And then we're going to get another node under vector 3, and we're going to clamp. And then we're going to plug in the vector 3 of the min and the max into the minimum and the maximum of the clamp, and then make sure you take the rotation out of the local rotation and plug it into the vector 3 of the clamp. So this is taking the vector 3 that outputs from the local rotation, and it's plugging into the clamp, and against that vector 3, we're going to set a minimum and a maximum. Once we do that, the last node is setting the local rotation. Now, that's it. Now, if you've already done this and it still didn't work for you, congratulations, you have felt my pain. Because in any given state, this should work. Or some subset or variation of this should work. The reason why it doesn't is because the rotation nodes and how the radians are done inside of that node currently is very weird. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So if we close out of here, make sure we save that. If I go into play and look up, we have clamping. I can only look up so far, I can look down so far. If you look over into the inspector and make sure that you guys are exposing on the component so you can see it in the inspector, you can see my minimum is 2.355 and my maximum is 3.925. That's because the rotation nodes in Lumberyard does not have a negative value at the moment, which is why you were probably not getting any results when you were clamping your camera. Usually for rotation on your look up, you're doing something like positive 45 for your max and negative 45 for your min, or positive 35 for a slightly more strict look up, and like a negative 25 for your look down. Those kind of things will not work currently, the rotation nodes that are currently in the engine. Luckily, they're reworking that, or they probably already have, it just hasn't gotten to us yet. So those nodes will be more robust and more what we're used to from other engines or just math in general. So go ahead and use those values for now. Use that script. But yeah, this is a very quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, let me know below. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that thumbs up. It's going to take some tweaking, but this is kind of how I want to do my serious videos going forward. So if you guys have any critiques, or if you like this format better, let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a very dope day. Hope you guys are starting and prospering on your projects. And until next time, keep developing.